Family, we got to talk about this Dirk thing. It is crazy what's going on in music, actually. Let's just start there. It really kind of makes me wonder if there's something on a bigger scale going on. Because, it's happening left and right. Anyway, shout out to Hookah's Anonymous. They got a video titled Lil Durk made some remarks to close friends and he tried to flee the country. Now, I did hear somewhere that he purchased like 3 or 4 tickets to different areas and was caught at a private jet. So, shout out to Hookah's Anonymous. This dude on their screen is the person that told. That boy got a head on top of a head. That's yeah, let me stop. It's too early. It is too early. I was about to go in. Jeez, oh peace. I guess he was ahead of the game though, y'all, because he been doing this for some years, they say. Let's go.
If y'all didn't think things could get any worse, evidently it's definitely getting a lot worse for Little Durk. We're learning a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes. For starters, they just took away his key to the city. As y'all know, they gave him the key to the city of Chicago. It was Mayor Katrina Tom.
Does anybody else find it interesting that it happens around when he's like, I ain't gonna say at the height, but it was just like he just did his birthday at an arena. He's preaching all this change and stuff, and yeah. But like I said, they got started with this too late, trying to save face. I know little baby somewhere nervous.
Thompson gave him the keys, and now being that all this is now going on, they took it from him. Right? And I always tell y'all that same machine that is responsible for building you up, they can definitely take you down. Now, if you've been living under a rock, right? As of the past 24 hours, it's been just nothing but hell for Little Durk, as we found out that one of his close associates by the name of OTF Jam have worn a wiretap for years, and this is why it led to his arrest, where he's been charged for murder for hire when it comes to Little Pab. Now, according to reports in an investigation, it says that they were targeting Quando Rondo. However, they ended up getting Lil Pab and OTF Didi, followed by a couple other OTF members were involved in the unaliving of Little Pab. Now, I told y'all before, as soon as that article came out, as soon as the feds let us know that that was the case where OTF Didi got locked up, most of us already knew that Durk was going down. OTF Didi is way too close to Little Durk, and not only that, he's known as the threat for a reason. And I told y'all before, every time we've been hearing OTF this, OTF that, they've been involved in a criminal enterprise where we don't see nothing about the quote-unquote boss. It's just nothing but soldiers, and soldiers. But now it's looking like they finally caught up to Little Durk. Now, things get a little more interesting within this case. But before we get into all that, let me say this, right? I don't think everybody really is taking in how much is going on right now. They said that this man was wearing a wire for years, right? OTF Jam. And this how crazy it is. This man did 12 years in jail, came home, wore a wire, and took down one of the biggest, if not the biggest, groups out of Chicago operating right now. right? Whether you want to call them a criminal enterprise, no matter what you want to call them, O Block OTF is one of the biggest organizations operating out of Chicago right now. He felt that it was over, but he volunteered himself and said, look, for information based on Little Durk or OTF or whoever, I will wear a wire and bring these guys down, right? And substitute for less time or no time in jail. And this is what we're looking at. Now, I bring that up because when you think about it, if he was wearing a wire for years, right? Put this in retrospect. He was wearing a wire for years. Forget the little Pab situation. Just imagine everything else that they know. Right? Let me say that again. He wore a wiretap for years. So think about everything that this man know and got.
If dude was wearing the wiretap for years, we got to go back to Vaughn. We got to go back to that situation with Zoo and them in Atlanta. We got to go back to the Hella Bands dude. Wow. D-Thing. Wow. Wow. You really got to take it back. This is about to be way deeper than that Young Thug thing, y'all. But I do think this thing is deeper than rap. You got to think about that man's influence. Now he's wanting to run around and claim some religion type stuff. And now you want to run around talk about being sober. We don't need these little switch ninjas sober. We don't need them not wanting to go. That's just my opinion. I really feel like it's a little bit deeper. But like I always have to say on the flip side, and this is where they get us at, we don't make it hard for them. We might even make it too easy for them. So, yeah, just let that sink in. Let's go.
Recorded. Right? Y'all seen when FBG Cash lost his life. We seen the trolling going on. We seen a whole lot. And I think, to be honest with you, in the coming days or the coming months or weeks or whenever, in the near future, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff come to light. A lot of things be exposed. All right? But before we get into all that, man, like I said, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Now, we're going to get into a little update on Little Durk. They're saying that he was actually trying to outsmart the feds after he's seen that OTF Didi and the other affiliates got arrested for Little Pab's unaliving. So they're saying that he tried to go to Italy. He tried to book a couple flights so it don't, he tried to pull a Diddy. He tried to pull a Diddy.
He tried to pull a Russ. That's what he tried to pull. That boy tried to pull a Russ. This the thing. The whole purpose of that is to, I guess they say, go somewhere that doesn't share an extraditional treaty with the U.S. So I think there was a treaty where he chose to go. It has to be, I don't know. Let's go. I don't want to say too much.
And he booked a couple flights, I guess, so the feds wouldn't know which one to actually take. But once again, he didn't know that he was on wiretaps the whole time. So you trying to outsmart them, but they got the one up on you. So we're going to get into what they're saying. A guy by the name of Jason Meisner, he came out and gave us an update, and we're going to read it and see what they're talking about. Now, Jason Meisner would take to the Twitter account, and he would say, quote, update. Chicago rapper Little Durk planned to take a private jet to Italy after his associates were arrested in a murder for hire plot, the feds say. Now Durk is in custody in Florida, charged with putting a monetary bounty out for the killing of a rival. Then the next tweet would say, quote, in Banks charging documents, federal investigators said witnesses and or their family members have already received threats and or have been contacted in what appear to be attempts to influence their participation in this investigation. But somebody is coming forward talking, or they got them on wiretaps doing it personally. Right? Now the next tweet will say, quote, I was the only reporter in the Chicago courtroom Thursday when 5 associates of Durk'S, only the family, were brought in. Prosecutors said the charges carry a maximum of death if convicted and a mandatory minimum of 30 years. There's an identified hair information from, but the feds when he found out his crimies got arrested. Durk booked 3 different flights to Italy, Dubai, and Switzerland. The only issue is the feds had wires and taps on him. They have Durk making threats to kill others who may testify against him. In other words, it's a wrap. Sheesh. So not only have they charged him for the murder for hire plot, but they also have him on wiretaps making threats and telling people not to involve themselves in this investigation. That's another charge as well, right? Tampering with witnesses or involving yourself in the I forgot something with. It don't matter where you go. Trust me, they got you. And it's not looking too good for Durk, man. It's sad because these guys sit here and make it seem like they're the toughest. These guys that hang around you, be around you when everything's good. All for them to sit there and switch and turn their back and backbite. Right? To backdoor, slime you out, snitch. The whole 9 yards. The streets.
We're going to end it right there, y'all. This is nasty work. Like Bro Hookah just said. This person has been around you. Get out of prison, you give them $50,000, a house, car, all this stuff, and they slime you out. What made this dude just start this whole thing? What made him start it? What was it? What wasn't it? You know you got to feed the wolves. So, yeah. Anyway, if you made it, say I made it. Shout out to Hookah's Anonymous, one of my favorite channels, as y'all already know. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.